Welcome to my first management summary video on blockchain for business and the reason why you and your business should take care about blockchain. Blockchain is an emerging technology, moving extremely fast through the Gartner hype cycle. From not being on the list in 2015, it has advanced already behind the peak of inflated expectation in mid of 2017. Nevertheless, it is still in its early days, and lots of enterprises are still deciding on how to deal with this technology. Gartner expects broad adoption in 5 to 10 years. Taking into account the development of the last 6 months, I assume that it will be more like 5 than 10 years. Looking at the evolution of the internet, blockchain is nothing less than the next evolutionary step of the internet technology. Blockchain will bring us the internet of value, with the idea to exchange value as quickly as we exchange information today. And that brings us to the blockchain promise. Blockchain enables a trustful way to digitally transfer assets without intermediaries. But to understand where this trust is built, we need to have a closer look at the blockchain technology and how assets are transferred within a blockchain. The first thing you need to know is that all participants in the blockchain network are organized in a distributed peer-to-peer network. The most important characteristic is that they do have a shared ledger. That means everybody has a ledger that contains all the transactions that have been made and executed in the network. That's why blockchain is also sometimes called distributed ledger technology. So if we want to do an asset transfer in this network, everybody in the network can check their ledger and check if this transaction is valid. And if the transaction has been endorsed by all the participants, it's collected with other unconfirmed transactions and put into a block. And that block is finally committed to the distributed database and linked to the previous block. More complex transactions can be implemented with so-called smart contracts. A smart contract is basically a computer program that contains logic to execute transactions. So the concept of trust via an intermediary is replaced by trust as a mechanism of the network. And smart contracts also have the possibility to read data feeds with the real world, so data from so-called oracles. This could be something like weather, temperature, or payment confirmation from PayPal or Visa. So by using blockchain technology, we get a lot of functions that are normally provided by a middleman. Things like proof of ownership, proof of origin, or check of the transaction rules. And by using strong cryptography and decentralization, we come to a immutable system of record. And all that without an intermediary. So what is the outcome if we try to condense that to the concrete value add of blockchain? We have reduced costs, for instance by eliminating the intermediary. We have increased trust because you don't have to fully trust the business partner anymore. You can just trust the mechanisms of the network. We have increased transparency. Think about the shared ledger. We have improved security. For instance, we don't have a central point of failure anymore in this decentralized network. We can establish shared data control. And we can also enable multilateral business-to-business workflows, for instance by using smart contracts. And we also can use those smart contracts to increase the transaction speed by automating several processes. So as a final summary, whether you are ready or not, blockchain technology is here and going to stay. Lots of industry consortiums have already been built, and many proof of concepts around the world are already running, and many will follow in this year. According to an IBM survey across 3,000 executives, already 1/3 of the organizations are already considering or actively engaged with blockchain technology. So when will you start? If you want to start right away, You can dive a bit deeper with the extended version of this video. Just click on the link below. But however you decide, thanks for watching.